As a man, you need to suffer, and I'll tell you why. But before we get into it, give me the three freebies: like, share, and subscribe. I'm your host for the Film and Fair podcast, The Spencer Perspective, and we have work to do. Let's get to it. Yeah, I know it sounds crazy, right? Men need to suffer. I'm not saying a punishment that does not fit, like, not a punishment, but just the idea of suffering, like, going through life and trials and tribulations. You know that phrase, rite of passage? That's how you find out who you are as a man. That's the reason why I said, men, we need to suffer. You don't know who you are and what you're capable of until someone puts you in a position where it's you against a hard rock in a place, a rock in a hard place. Are you going to actually stand there and hold it down with others? You're going to run away. You're going to dish off whenever you can. You got to know who you are. And until you go through a situation where your life is actually in danger, your livelihood is in danger, your mortality is actually called into question, who are you? You'll never know. You need to know these things ahead of time so others can know you as well too. It's one thing when, let's just say, you have a man that's putting on airs. He's so brave. He's, the top dog, the toughest guy you'll ever know. But then you see a situation where his mortality is called into question, and then he pushes a woman out the way or pushes a child out the way or put them in the way of harm's way. Wouldn't that be crazy? This man who you thought that you know. Men, you have to know who you are and what you're capable of and then move accordingly. I know who I am. I know what I'm capable of. Me personally, I'm happy to fight any man in this world. Any man. As long as it's a fair fight, as long as you're not looking to, like, mess me up permanently, I'm not looking to mess you up permanently, we can shoot the fair one. I'm always down for, to beat the pony, as other people know I say. But you need to know who you are as a man. When there's a life challenge, are you going to stand up to it or are you going to run away? You need to actually share that idea or share that trait with others too. They need to know that if shit goes down, are you going to stand your ground or are you going to run away? Without that information, you never know. You just won't know anything about the person. You need to know what you stand for, your principles, your ethics, your morals, and your values. You know how they say that experience is the best teacher? You only get experience until you need it. You don't get experience until you need it. There are so many different things I've experienced in this world that now, if it happens again, I know exactly how to respond to it. But that's because I had the experience of said bullshit in life. A lot of bullshit comes your way, gentlemen. We know this. I know this. I know how challenged the average man is because I am the average man. I'm SpongeBob Square Shoulders himself in the flesh. And the thing is that when it comes down to it, life comes at you fast. That's something, if you hang around with me, you'll hear very often. Life will come at you fast. And you got to know, what is it that you want to do? You want to have people around you? They got to trust you. How do you build trustworthiness? You show your character and who you are and what you're about. You stay consistent. You don't shake, wither, or weather for nobody. I don't. I stay consistent. I know who I am. I've suffered a lot in this world. And as such, I don't want to share that suffering with others. You got to know who you are and what you're about. You do need to suffer, but you need to overcome your trials and tribulations, not just suffer, but get through it. It's like what Bruce Lee said. Don't pray for an easy life. Pray for the strength to endure a hard one. I'm looking pretty strong out here. You looking pretty strong? We all are. This is the Firm and Fair podcast, and I'm out.